Alright, let's go. What's up, everybody? And welcome back to a new video. Let's go! You know, good things come to those who wait. And I think, Bucks fans, we deserve it. We earned it.
We've been through a lot.
Yeah. I can remember my first ever game, 2009. The only thing I remember of it was Brandon Jennings forcing double overtime. We won. That's the only thing I remember. I don't remember anything. It was against LaMarcus Aldridge and Brandon Roy and the Portland Trailblazers. So if you think, I'm a bandwagon, I'm not. My first ever Bucks game was when Brandon Roy was still around.
My first NBA game I saw the Bucks was when Chris Paul was a rookie. And that was
Yeah.
when Red was playing too.
I went when LaMarcus Aldridge and Brandon Roy played. And let's just say it's been very, very ever since until 2019. See, before all of this, we were inconsistent. One year we'd be bad, another year would get knocked out in the first round. Then we had that 15 win season that got us Jabari Parker. Then we thought we could
Yeah.
build Giannis and Parker next to each other. That failed.
Remember when people were actually saying Jabari over Giannis?
Oh God, if we made that decision, oh man, Lord help us all.
Over Middleton.
Yeah, we'll have to do like a rebuild video, but um, you know, I, you know, I never thought this day would come. Personally, I thought we were cursed. You know, after game 4, I was even like, okay, great. Now we're gonna have to win 2 games or potentially 2 games without Giannis, and I'm like, that's great. Now obviously Trae Young was out, so I'm like, okay, that's a little better. But like, I'm like, oh great. We're gonna need guys to step up now. And game 5 we did. I'm like, okay, cool. Do it again. We did it. Game 6 we did it. Now obviously we almost choked in the fourth quarter. That was horrible. I was like, are you I was like, come on. Like literally with like 3.5 minutes left, Middleton makes a crappy pass, almost going out of bounds, right to Kevin Herter or something like that, and then
Yeah.
Capella with the dunk. 1-0. Go ahead.
Yep. That was like, are you kidding me?
It was 107, 101, and I'm like, don't do this to me. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I'm like, don't you freaking dare. Then Drew Holiday makes a layup. And then we iced the game. Yeah. Uh, you know, if you would have asked me back in 2013 if we would ever make the NBA Finals, I'm like, well, that's going to be when I die.
That, and also I'd be like, well, the team will probably be in Seattle when that happens.
Yeah. To think in 2013 we had a rookie Giannis and a young Chris Middleton. Like I believe it was the second year. Yeah, the second year.
Yep.
Because we traded for him. And he wasn't even the main part of that deal. he, at the time of the deal, I believe the main part was like Brandon Knight.
Middleton was kind of a throw-in for salary to even salary.
Imagine if the Pistons GM was like, okay, nope, we'd be screwed right now.
Thank you, Detroit, for giving us Middleton.
Yeah. You know, there's that famous saying back in the 2012 playoffs when when we were below 500 and we still made it as an 8 seed. Brandon Jennings with that famous quote, I think we're going to win it. We're going to win it in 6.
Bucks and 6.
That happened tonight.
Yeah, it finally happened tonight.
Man, I still can't believe it. Like, you know, now we got to win 4 more. Um we got to win 4 more. Got to do it. I want to ring. This is our best year.
Yep.
This is our best year to win it because Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie healthy again next year. LeBron, AD healthy. Who knows where Kawhi is gonna go if he stays with LA with the Clippers or goes to Dallas or goes somewhere. Who knows where he's gonna go? Knicks are rising. The Hawks are obviously rising. They gave us a run for our money. Um, they have a
Obviously,
very
the could make a move, maybe to get Kyle Lowry or
if they
something.
get Kawhi if Kawhi Leonard goes there, I'm gonna be mad.
Or, Toronto even could be really good again next year, I think.
I don't know. Kyle Lowry might leave.
Yeah, if they got a top tier pick in a deep draft. And look at their team already and their coach. They can definitely contend.
I guess.
They still got good pieces. They can still definitely do something.
Yeah. And also Boston. Boston might be trying to do stuff. I mean, they got a center now. They got a big Al Horford. That's a joke. Um,
They're going to be bringing back Jeff Teague probably now at point guard. So they have like no point guard now.
yeah, Peyton Pritchard. Oh man. But this is not about Boston. In 2019, uh, we went up 2-0, and I'm like, okay, we might actually be making a finals here, boys, and then we lose 4 in a row, and I'm like, uh,
That one stung a lot until tonight.
the
I
revenge
mean,
of
it's a little bit, but it's like almost gone now.
yeah, the revenge of 2019, and also
We
you
got
could you could
now.
argue you could argue that this is the best year for the Suns to win it as well because
Chris Paul getting old.
Paul's gonna be another year older. Um, Obviously, like I said earlier, LeBron, AD are gonna be healthy again. They could probably get Kyle Lowry in the minimum because LA. Um, you know, there's gonna be a lot more health. Like there's gonna be a lot more healthy players. Um, so this is basically maybe the final time for one of these teams to contend for the championship. I mean, obviously, I mean, win a championship. Obviously, the Bucks are going to contend for the next like 5 years.
Yeah, they got
Hopefully,
young at 26. The Bucks will definitely still be contenders for years to come. Phoenix, hard to say. I mean,
yeah.
Devin Booker's great, but he can't do it himself.
I
Maybe,
wonder what they're going to do to replace Chris Paul.
yeah, and then once Chris Paul goes, I think Phoenix will definitely fall off a bit.
Unless they find like a steal. They turned Cameron Payne into a real NBA player again. I
Yeah,
remember in 2018, a Bulls executive when he was on Chicago was like, "This guy cannot play basketball at all and has low IQ." And now he's one of the better players off their bench, one of their go-to guys off their bench. So Phoenix, I guess they've done a pretty good job of player development over the last 2 years. Mikal Bridges has looked pretty good. DeAndre Ayton's gonna get a max. Um, Booker, he's amazing as always. They're just gonna need to develop a point guard of the future. Um, but they also have other good pieces like Jay Crowder, who was one of the original Wall people in Miami, or one of the players that Miami used as the Wall defense. But tonight is probably one of my best nights as a Milwaukee fan. You know, you can even think, the Brewers. I mean, they're an 11-game winning streak. What a time to be a Bucks and Brewers fan right now. Brewers
Um,
are like 8 games above, or 8 games ahead of the Cubs for the division. Bucks clinched their ticket to the NBA Finals. My birthday's Monday, so this is great. Man, man, oh man. So if you want the schedule for the finals, Tuesday's game one, Thursday game two, both in Phoenix. So Phoenix has home court. Game three would be July 11th. Game four would be the 14th, I think, and then I had this up, but I'm not gonna go. Uh, you know, there's actually some days in between where we get a little bit of a break, which could be really good for Giannis's health. You know, after game four, I was even like, uh, I couldn't sleep that night. I honestly couldn't.
yeah, I was up north, and I was just sitting there, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
I didn't go to bed till like 4:30 in the morning. I passed out. I literally had to just. I literally, at one moment, just said, "Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes." Then I passed out. I I was not in a good state of mind. I was like, "Are you kidding me, man? This was the best year. This was the best time to win a ring." Yeah,
yeah,
that.
sitting there, like in the cabin up north, I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah. So
I feel like was getting wasted now because of an injury, and then everything became good again.
so predictions time, I guess. And if you want to do predictions,
Sure.
so I think we need to take. Obviously, we don't have home court, but we need to take one of the first two games, um, in Phoenix. Going up 2-0 would be even better, but I think we just need to win one of the games in the beginning, and then it would be really nice to go up 3-1 heading into game five. But I don't think that's gonna happen. It's gonna. I think it's gonna go to 7. I think it's gonna go to 7, and I'm gonna stick with my pick, Milwaukee. I'm gonna go Milwaukee in 7. I'm I'm going the biased route, but honestly, we earned it. We won 2 games without Giannis in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
2 games without Giannis. Obviously, Trey Young was out too, but like when he played, he was a non-factor. This game, he is a non-factor. What are your thoughts? What are your predictions?
I'll take Bucks. Let's go for the culture. Bucks and 6.
Yeah, I could see it going either 6 or 7 games. I wanted to go 7 because I think this is gonna be a really great series. But oh my god, I'm uh when I'm at work, I'm gonna be even more anxious because I'm like, because I'm not gonna be able to. I'm only gonna be able to literally watch like game 3 and 5. I think the weekend games. But yeah,
I'm definitely enjoying this, and all Bucks fans, we earned this.
Especially the ones that have been here since the beginning, like been a fan for a long time. Um, there's obviously gonna be some bandwagons, but like me and Dylan myself, we've gone through a lot, like so many first round exits, so many missed years in the playoffs. But just watching Middleton and Giannis grow has been amazing. Then adding Drew Holiday, um,
Brooke Lopez and
I
Bobby
I
Portis.
remember when we signed Brooke Lopez, I was shocked. I was like, "Whoa, we got a big man." Okay, I was shocked at the contract. 1 year, 3 million. I'm like, okay, wow, okay. I'm like, hey, uncle, we signed Brooke. He's like, cool. I was at a Brewers game too. I was at a Brewer game with my family, and I'm like, oh, we signed Brooke. Nice. I was
Oh yeah,
happy.
I remember that because I was up in Minneapolis. Obviously, this was a different vacation. I wasn't the 2019 conference one that became later. that
Well, yeah, but
was obviously before that.
I was like, damn, we got a big, and then we signed him to a nice contract. Yeah, kind of, yeah, a nice contract. It was like 4 years, 50 something million, but he's gonna be here for a little bit. And he showed up in Game 5 when we needed him. We needed everyone. We needed everyone for that game, and we got it.
Uh, John
So
Horst, phenomenal job.
yeah, John Horst. Yeah, uh, man, yeah. I'm so happy right now. I am so glad.
He's corrected any mistakes he has made, and he's made great decisions on contracts. He picked all the right guys to re-sign and let go.
Yeah, even Malcolm Brogdon, and I was pissed when that happened. I
A lot of
remember. I
people,
remember I remember when that happened. I'm like, don't talk to me. I'm like, why
I
would you
remember
get rid of a guy who's been really good? He was really good in the playoffs too. He was one of our better 3 point shooters. I'm like, why would you just trade him for a first round pick at least? I
yeah,
was
I remember it's all he talked about 2 years ago, and I was like, whatever, whatever. I moved on.
obviously me too, but I'm like, are you kidding me at the time? I was like, what the hell? Do we want to win?
Yeah, we actually made the right choice. He's injury prone and overpaid for what his role especially would have been.
Yeah, and the 76ers don't even want him.
He couldn't even, yeah, the Pacers don't even seem to want him, and he couldn't even lead them to the playoffs. the
I rem-
question isn't Bucks screwing up. The question is, did Brogdon screw up by wanting a bigger role?
yeah,
Everyone read every comment saying Milwaukee screwed up. Thank God we nope, we did not screw up.
I would have loved to hear tonight Jim Paskey's Jim Paskey's voice. And the Milwaukee Bucks are going to the 2021 NBA Finals.
I wish they were broadcasting.
Yeah, I'd rather want to listen to them than Reggie Miller.
I can't stand Reggie
And
Miller.
also Marv Albert confusing Chris Middleton for Drew Holiday. Because there's a couple plays where he's like, Drew Holiday to the rim. Or no, he said Chris Middleton to the rim. And it was Drew Holiday.
Thank God he's retiring now.
Yeah.
He had a great career, but it's time for him to retire.
And that's exactly what he's doing. But Reggie Miller is just no, no, thank you.
You can tell he's so biased against Milwaukee too.
Middleton barely touches Trae Young in that foul. That's a good call. But
Yeah,
also another thing in this series, Coach Bud realizes he has a challenge, right? He realizes there's a thing called Coach's Challenge, right? Like, does he even use those? Like, I know he uses them sometimes, but like, use them. I want to challenge that. You know, like he's got to use those. Just like game one of this series, I was like, review that.
yeah. Speaking of game one, was pissed after we blew game one, and I was like, God dang it. I was starting to think, please don't tell me we're going to lose this series. And I'm rethinking game one for years to come. Thank God it didn't matter, just like with game five in the semifinals.
Yeah, this team overcame a 2-0 deficit to Brooklyn, then a 3-2, heading home down 3-2, and then had to win against Kevin Durant twice. Yeah. This team's battle tested, but I think uh
Um,
I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I'm really pumped.
we deserve this. I mean, we were the laughing stock for so many years. I mean, even myself, I remember people would be wondering, how are you a Bucks fan and everything? Or someone said, "Oh, I'm sorry for you" and whatnot. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, mission, whatever.
I remember when I was a kid, I went to a Brewers game, and I don't think we were facing the Cubs that game, but there was a Cub fan there with a jersey, and I'm like, "You're a Cub fan?" And he's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Why?" And I walked away. But oh man, this feels really good. I just hope it's a good series, and I just hope that Giannis is 100%.
Same.
That's going to be a key to this series. 100% Giannis, or do we get a 50% Giannis? But I still think he's going to play. I think it was smart for him to stay out of this game. And it showed. It showed that the supporting cast is good enough to help win a game when Giannis is out.
Yeah, you can tell he's he's definitely good enough. I think to still to play at least a little bit. I mean, he's on the court, and you can see when he's walking around fine. But it was good to sit him out today, though.
Yeah.
Let him get extra days rest. Now he gets a few more days. Hopefully, everything will be good.
Yep. Oh man. But that's going to do it, I think. Man, I'm pumped, and I hope Tuesday's video when game one ends is a 1-0 lead. But yeah, go Bucks, go.